When does the heart start to beat?
Usually when it starts, it's around, I think, the 8th or the 9th week that you could hear the heartbeat. It's around, I think, the 8th or the 9th week that you could hear the heartbeat.
There's like people out there and they have like picture it.
Good morning. What does the sound of a heartbeat mean to you? Think of the last time you actually heard a beating heart. Was it on a dramatic TV episode about a kid all tangled up in wires, fighting for dear life after a car accident? Or was it an elderly grandparent being admitted to the hospital because they just had a heart attack? Let's face it, most of the times, this sound may remind us of tragic events. But actually, the heartbeat of a 3-week-old unborn child, or a fetus, is the joyful occasion in which we hear the sound of the most vital organ in the body, the human heart. And this little heartbeat is one of the signs that this baby, this fetus, is just like everyone in this room, human. You were once this fetus, this baby, this child, with a heart beating, developing in the womb. Some people may have said to your mother, "Oh, it is not alive yet," or "Oh, it is not a baby, it is just a fetus," to downgrade your humanity and your rights as a developing unborn person. Today I am here to persuade you to realize that fetuses are actually living human beings as stated by medical officials, pregnancy resources, and the Catholic Church. I am not here to offend anyone with this speech, nor am I here to discuss abortion as an issue. It is not my intention for anyone in this room to feel in any way threatened or intimidated by my speech, but only to provide my opinion and official opinions on the humanity of the unborn child in the stages of development to prove that some organizations, such as Planned Parenthood, are giving false information on this matter. I will now state the position of medical officials on early stages of an unborn child's development, which refute and prove the falseness of statements made by Planned Parenthood. As stated by MayoClinic.com, all 46 chromosomes are present at conception and fertilization. This fact alone suffices to say that human life has begun at conception. Traits such as sex, hair color, eye color, personality, and intelligence are determined by these chromosomes, which come from the baby's parents. In an undercover interview at Indianapolis Planned Parenthood done by Live Action, a pro-life advocacy group, it is discovered that Planned Parenthood is giving out false information about human development. The website quote states that when the woman purportedly 10 weeks pregnant asks a clinician named Sarah when her baby's heart begins to beat, Sarah replies, "It's around, I think, the 8th or the 9th week that you can hear the heartbeat." This is not true, however, as Mayo Clinic states that 3 weeks after conception, the child's heart is present, along with the brain and the spinal cord. According to the Medline Plus Medical Encyclopedia, the baby's heart starts to beat 4 to 5 weeks after conception, and the brain is developing and blood flows through the child's main vessels. Structures for eyes and ears, tissue for vertebrae and bones, and arms and leg bones are developing in this tiny person's body. Thus, medical professionals show that the fetus is human as all these characteristics, the chromosomes, the heart, the organs, and the blood are present at even these early stages of pregnancy. I will now provide information from the American Pregnancy Association, which is an online pregnancy resource website. According to the American Pregnancy Association's website, at 3 weeks after conception, the placenta begins to form and the HCG hormone is present. This fact proves that the child is alive. The child will need nourishment to grow bigger, and the mother's body has already begun to provide for this nourishment process. Finally, I will turn to a statement made by the Catholic Church on the issue of human life and the need for protection for the unborn. The Catechism of the Catholic Church states that human life must be respected and protected absolutely from the moment of conception. From the first moment of his existence, a human being must be recognized as having the rights of a person, among which is the inviolable right of every innocent being to life. This view of the Church is criticized by many, including those in the media and news. An example of such criticism occurred in Scotland, in which a BBC News report states that Jane Rowe, campaign manager of the Abortion Law Reform Association, criticized the Catholic Church for paying a 12-year-old girl to keep her unborn baby, as stated. She accused the Catholic Church of having put religious principles before common sense and compassion for the girl's plight. Perhaps many of you see this action as disgusting, vile, or even outrageous, but this act is actually compassionate and benevolent, as the Catholic Church of Scotland saved a human being's life from death and helped a young woman who was in need of assistance with her child. Thus, you have seen the statements made by the Catholic Church on their position on the beginning of life of human life and the need for protection for all stages of this human life. The statements made by Planned Parenthood on fetal development have been disproved by medical officials, pregnancy resources, and the Catholic Church. So the next time you hear someone say to you, it's just a fetus, not a human baby, remind them of the fact that they too were once at this particular stage of human development, and that all of us, even the smallest humans, need protection and love. In conclusion, the purpose of my presentation today was to persuade you to realize that the developing fetus is a human baby and deserves to have the same rights as all of us in this room. I have stated information given by medical professionals, pregnancy information sites, and then the Catholic Church's view on the unborn babies who refute Planned Parenthood's lies and deception on fetal development. Finally, I challenge each of you to something. Help the helpless. Next time a human baby's rights are made minuscule, place yourself in the child's shoes and think, what if I were him or her, and someone told me that I did not deserve to live just because I was inconvenient, unwanted, or even because of my human life? Thank you.
Thank you. Nice work, Ann.